This episode, we will be discussing the bankruptcy, the end of the Black Lives Matters organization. Now, the Black Lives Matters organization, the movement, we all know they picked up steam around George Floyd, but started mainly around, Trayvon Martin. So it had a good maybe 8-year run or so. The organization, the movement, the greater movement, they went hand in hand. The organization kind of was the public face of the movement, gathered the press for the movement and whatnot, but they were not one and the same. Okay, so I'm focusing more so on the organization here. Now, the Black Lives Matter organization was ran predominantly by a few ladies that I believe were lesbian, something like that, Marxist, whatever. So that organization was a black leftist organization. Okay. And when I first heard about this organization, right? When I first heard about the organization, Black Lives Matter organization, despite it being a leftist organization, I thought they came from the right place. They had the right intentions. They were trying to accomplish the right things. But it being a leftist organization from the get-go, I mean, it had to appeal to the leftists, the greater liberal movements. And I think that drew it away from its primary original focus, which was the simple yet complex statement of Black Lives Matter, which in the United States, traditionally, Black lives do not matter. You know, we weren't a full person for a long time. Still to this day, many people see us as less than, many people see us as not valuable. Many people see us as we do not matter, right? I was hoping that that's what the organization would be focused on, but no, it lost sight. It got wrapped up in the typical leftist Kool-Aid. That drew it away from any usefulness it would have had for the black community, you know. Gay rights, trans, immigration, whatever, right? What are these people doing? These typical leftist things they like to, wave their flags over. That's all good if you are about that stuff, but having an organization for African American, for black people, to do good for black people, yet that should be your focus. If that's your organization claims to be, your focus should be that. But the African Americans, we weren't the ones funding these people. We weren't the ones giving them money. So they're going to follow whoever pays them. And unfortunately, we didn't pay them. Boom. The leftist Democrat agenda, they gave them money. Black Lives Matter went that way. We see the results. They used Black Lives Matters to win that election in 2020. After the election was wrapped up, Black Lives Matter, there was no more use for Black Lives Matter. No more use for Black Lives Matter. Thus, the funding trickled away. You notice how during the Trump years, you would get all this noise over anything black murder, right? Especially if it was a white doing it. It's calmed down a lot. You see a lot less uproar about things. It's back to business as usual. You get a week or two of noise, then back to, forget about it, basically. Business as usual. Black on black crime doesn't get a mention. That doesn't matter. Black people can slaughter each other all they want, and no, that's not going to get a headline. That doesn't matter. So the organization Black Lives Matter failed. We know this. It's bankrupt. It's failed. It's gone. Insolvent. Boom, gone. They might bring charges against some of them because there was some illegal activities, but maybe they're protected enough by their politician buddies. Who knows? Maybe they'll be safe, but should be some charges brought up. Because I know there's some shady dealings in that organization. The movement itself, unfortunately, also failed because the primary people that should believe Black Lives Matter. Now, that's not a message for the world, right? Black Lives Matter should be a message for the Black community. We have to know that we matter. These other people, these outsiders, if they don't like us, they're not going to like us. If we don't matter, they're not going to matter. We can't convince them. But it's ourselves, the Black community, that must be convinced that Black Lives Matter. And if you look how the amount of Black homicides, just how African Americans treat each other, do we think we matter? No. Nothing's changed. A Black man is still most likely to be killed by another Black man. A Black woman most likely to be killed by a Black man. A Black baby gonna be aborted by still Black abortions going on. And Black lives still don't matter in America. And I would say as the world, as a whole, as a world, no, not so much. I know they're not Latin America, Africa. Black lives don't matter worldwide. And the movement failed. The organization failed. But the silver lining is this. You don't need an organization. You don't need a hashtag. You don't need a movement to value your life as a Black person, to value other people's lives that are African American. You don't need nothing. You don't need anything. It's free to do this. Start valuing your fellow man, your brother, your sisters, family. Start valuing them, first, before all else. Before all others, value your own people first. That is the track that we got to be on. And that's all we need, And that's it for this episode.